Welcome back, everyone, to the deep dive. We always like to go deep on these topics, so
Yeah.
today we're going to be going deep on source energy and manifestation.
Ooh.
And, we're really going to dive into the idea that you are source energy
Yeah.
and how understanding this connection can really unlock your potential to create the life you desire.
Absolutely.
I mean, just imagine, like, manifesting amazing relationships, fulfilling careers,
Right.
even that dream car.
I mean,
I'm going there.
that's it. You got to have that vision,
You
right?
got to have it.
Absolutely.
So many of us spend our lives seeking external things
Yes.
to make us feel whole or fulfilled.
Absolutely.
But the teachings of Abraham Hicks really suggest this radical shift in perspective.
Yeah.
They say everything you've ever desired is already within you.
It is.
So we're not just talking about like positive thinking.
No, no, no.
We're talking about tapping into a fundamental power that's already a part of who we are.
100%.
So Abraham Hicks emphasizes that we are source energy.
We are source energy.
It's not some distant force.
No, it's not outside of us.
It's the essence of our being.
It is. And I think that's such a powerful concept to understand because so often we are looking outside of ourselves for all of the answers and all of the things.
Right.
And really everything we need is within us.
We are a unique expression of this source energy, and it's constantly expanding, exploring, and creating.
Yes.
It's what drives us to evolve and grow.
100%. It's that inner drive.
Yeah.
It's that expansion that we're always seeking and looking for that we are.
So if we are this incredible creative energy, then logically going against that natural flow would create some internal friction.
Right? Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like what happens when we resist that urge to expand?
Well, I love that you use the word resistance because resistance is really the key here when we're talking about not being in alignment with our source energy or not tapping into that power that's within us.
So it's like trying to dam a powerful river.
Yeah.
You might hold back the water for a while, but eventually the pressure builds and the dam breaks.
Right.
Similarly, when we resist our natural expansion, we experience feelings of being stuck, frustrated,
Yes.
or unfulfilled.
Yes.
I think we've all felt that way at some point, like something is just off, even if we can't quite put our finger on it.
Absolutely.
Perhaps we're not pursuing our passions.
Yeah.
We're taking risks that light us up.
Yes.
Could that be a sign we're resisting our source energy's natural inclination to grow?
100%.
Absolutely.
It's like we're going against the current instead of flowing with it.
Right.
So much easier to go with the flow
Yeah,
than to try to swim upstream.
it is. And this ties into a common misconception
It does.
that so many people believe they need to acquire things outside of themselves to feel better.
Yes.
Whether it's a new house, a different job,
Or a relationship or money.
or a certain relationship.
Yeah.
And they think, if I just had that, then I'd be happy.
That's the key.
So you're saying we're going about it all wrong.
We are
It's not about the having. It's about something else entirely.
100%. It's about being not having.
So it's about shifting our focus from the external to the internal.
Yes.
We need to cultivate the feeling of already having what we desire.
Sure.
And this is where our source energy comes in.
Exactly. Because,
How do we do that?
yeah.
Where does this alignment actually take place?
Well, Abraham Hicks describes this concept called the vortex, and it's basically this vibrational realm where all of our desires already exist
Oh,
as pure potential.
a vortex.
Yes.
Filled with our desires.
Yeah, it's like a cosmic storehouse.
This is getting really intriguing.
It is.
But how do we tap into this incredible vortex? Is there like a secret password or some sort of map?
I mean, that would be great if it was that easy, right? But it's
Yeah.
actually simpler
Okay.
than you might think. The key to accessing the vortex
Yes.
lies in our emotions.
Our emotions.
Our emotions are the key.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think that's something that we don't always realize. We think that it's about action or doing all these things,
Right.
but really it's about aligning our vibration with that of the vortex.
So our emotions act as a bridge
Yes.
between our current reality and this vortex of infinite possibilities.
Exactly.
It's the bridge.
That actually makes a lot of sense. I remember this one time,
Mm-hmm.
I was absolutely sure I was going to get a job offer.
Okay.
I could practically feel the excitement.
Yeah.
And guess what?
Oh.
A few days later, I got the call.
You see?
So that feeling of certainty, that unshakable belief, that's the energy we're talking about.
That's the feeling of alignment.
Yeah.
When you're in that vibrational frequency,
Yeah.
things just flow to you.
Desire coupled with hope is an incredibly powerful combination.
Absolutely.
It's like standing at the edge of the vortex,
You got it.
feeling its energy pulling you in.
Exactly.
So instead of focusing on what we lack in our present circumstances, we need to shift our attention to the abundance that already exists in the vortex. Yes, and that's a hard thing for a lot of people because we're so conditioned to focus on what we don't have.
Right.
What's wrong, what we're lacking.
And we're bombarded with these messages constantly.
All the time.
Through social media.
Yes, through the news.
And everything else.
Through other people's opinions and judgments.
Yeah.
So to really shift that focus and focus on the abundance that's already there.
It's a big shift.
It's a huge shift.
But it's like choosing to see the world through the lens of our desires.
Yes.
Rather than our current limitations.
100%. It's about changing our perspective.
Yes.
From lack to abundance, from fear to love, from scarcity to prosperity.
Yeah.
All of those things.
Right.
It's about shifting that focus. And I think, when we start to do that,
yeah,
start to see the world differently.
You got it. It's about using our desires, not our present circumstances as the filter.
Yes.
For our thoughts and actions.
Exactly.
Our present reality is just a starting point.
It is.
Our source energy holds the blueprint for so much more.
Yes.
But but some people might be skeptical.
Oh, yeah, sure.
How can simply changing our thoughts and feelings actually change our reality?
Right.
Where's the concrete proof?
Well, you know what? I used to think the same way.
Yeah, me too.
Like, how is this possible?
I was one of those skeptics.
I know.
Until I started to really see it in action.
100%.
And the more I delve into these teachings, the more I realize that the proof lies in our own experiences.
It does.
Haven't you ever noticed how when you're feeling down or negative things seem to go wrong?
All the time.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. When you're in a bad mood, everything seems to go wrong. You hit every red light.
Right.
You spill your coffee.
You stub your toe.
You get into an argument with somebody.
Right.
But when you're feeling good
and
you're feeling happy and optimistic, things seem to just flow.
Yeah.
You get green lights, you find money on the street.
Opportunities appear.
People are nice to you.
Right.
So it's really about that vibrational frequency that you're emitting.
It's not just coincidence. It's the law of attraction in action.
That's it.
We attract what we are vibrating, and our emotions are the key.
Yeah. They are the key to adjusting that vibration.
To adjusting that vibration, now it's not always an instant process.
Right.
Some manifestations might take time
to
materialize, and it's not about just wishing for things and expecting them to poof into existence.
No, it's not magic.
Right?
Although it kind of feels like magic sometimes.
It does.
When things really start to align.
So it's not about manipulating the universe to get what we want.
No, it's not about control.
It's about aligning with the very force that creates worlds. It's about becoming more like our source energy.
100%. It's about surrendering to that flow, allowing that creative power to work through us.
Precisely aligning with your source energy isn't a one-time achievement.
It's not a destination.
But a continuous journey of expansion and creation.
It's a job.
There's no final destination.
Exactly.
Just a glorious unfolding of possibilities.
It is.
So how do we practically do that?
Yeah.
Do we need to meditate on mountaintops?
I mean...
or chant affirmations all day long?
If that works for you, go for it.
Right.
But the most profound shift occurs when we start embodying the qualities of source energy in our daily lives. So remember, your source energy is all about expansion. It's creative, it's joyful, it's abundant, it's loving.
I like the sound of that.
And it's constantly evolving.
But how can we infuse these qualities into our everyday experiences, especially when we're bombarded with stress and negativity?
Right, because life can be challenging.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things that can kind of pull us down and out of alignment.
Right.
But it starts with awareness.
Okay.
Are you focusing on the lack, the scarcity?
Okay.
Or what's going wrong?
Okay.
Or are you cultivating feelings of abundance, joy, and gratitude for what you already have?
So we need to become conscious of our thought patterns.
Yeah.
And emotional states, like a gardener tending to their inner landscape.
Beautiful analogy.
Weeding out the negativity.
Yes. Get rid of those weeds.
And planting seeds of positivity. That's a beautiful analogy. But it sounds like a lot of work.
It doesn't have to be.
How do we make this a sustainable practice?
Yeah, well...
like you said, it starts with awareness.
It does, and it's not about being perfect.
Right.
It's about making small changes consistently.
So small conscious choices throughout the day.
Yes, exactly.
Start by noticing how you feel.
Yeah.
If you're feeling contracted, anxious, or stressed, gently shift your focus to something that feels better.
Exactly.
Maybe it's listening to uplifting music.
Yes.
Spending time in nature,
Yes.
or simply taking a few deep breaths.
Yeah, all of those things can really help to shift your energy.
And it sounds like we're talking about a fundamental shift in perspective.
We are.
Instead of trying to force outcomes, we're learning to align ourselves with the natural flow of source energy.
Exactly. It's about becoming more conscious creators.
And how can we tell if we are truly aligned with source energy? Are there any signs or signals to watch out for?
Yeah, well, pay attention to your emotions, like we were saying before.
Okay.
Your emotions are like a compass,
Okay.
guiding you towards or away from alignment. When you're feeling joyfully expansive and passionate, that's a clear indication that you're in the flow.
So it's not just about positive thinking.
No.
It's about feeling it in our core.
It's about feeling it.
Precisely.
Yeah.
It's about embodying those qualities of source energy that we discussed earlier.
Exactly.
Creativity, joy.
Love.
Love, abundance.
Abundance.
And that beautiful, unstoppable expansion.
Yes, and that's the key.
It's about shifting from a mindset of scarcity to a mindset of abundance.
It is.
Okay, makes sense. So as we become more aligned with our source energy, manifestation becomes less about effort.
Yes.
And more about it's about trusting.
Yes.
That the universe is conspiring to support our highest good.
It's about surrendering to the flow and knowing that you are always supported.
Right.
You are always guided.
Yeah.
And you are always loved
right.
by this incredible force of creation.
By the infinite intelligence of source energy.
Yes.
So for our listeners who are ready to start applying these principles, what's one key takeaway they can focus on right now?
Okay, so if you want to experience the magic of manifestation, start by cultivating the feeling of already having what you desire. So for example, let's say you want to attract a loving partner.
Okay.
Instead of focusing on the lack of a partner in your life, focus on the feeling of being loved, cherished, and supported.
So we can use visualization and imagination.
Absolutely.
To create those feelings within ourselves, even before they manifest in our external reality.
Exactly.
Imagine what it would feel like to have that loving partner by your side.
Yes.
Feel the joy, the connection.
The connection is so important.
The sense of belonging. And you know, a lot of times we're taught that we need to have something outside of ourselves.
Yes.
In order to feel that sense of belonging.
Absolutely.
And you know what you're saying is the opposite of that.
It is.
That we can cultivate that within ourselves.
And we can.
And then it will be reflected.
Exactly. It will be reflected
back to us.
In our outer reality.
In our external world.
Yes.
So the more you cultivate those feelings,
yes.
the more you align yourself with the vibration of that desire.
100%.
And the more likely you are to attract it into your life.
You are. And that's the key. So it's not about being perfect. It's about, you know, like we were saying, just making those small changes consistently over time.
Right. And like you said, it starts with awareness.
It does. Yeah. Being aware of our thoughts, our feelings, our actions.
So it sounds like we're talking about a fundamental shift in perspective.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to force outcomes.
Yes.
We're learning to align ourselves with the natural flow of source energy.
Exactly. And I think that's a really important point because so often we're trying to control things. We're trying to make things happen.
We think we know better.
We think we know better.
Yeah.
And that's our ego.
Right.
You know, that's our limited human mind trying to figure things out.
Okay.
But when we can surrender to that flow and trust that the universe has our back, things start to unfold in a much more magical way.
Okay. So how can we tell if we are truly aligned with source energy? Are there any signs or signals to watch out for?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Pay attention to your emotions.
Okay.
Like we were saying before, your emotions are like a compass, guiding you towards or away from alignment.
So when you're feeling joyful, expansive, passionate, that's a clear indication that you're in the flow.
You're in alignment with source energy. You're tapping into that power that's within you.
So it's not just about positive thinking.
No.
It's about feeling it in our core.
Exactly. Feeling it, embodying it, living it.
Precisely. It's about embodying those qualities of source energy that we discussed earlier.
Yeah.
Creativity.
Love.
Joy. Love.
Presence.
Abundance. And that beautiful, unstoppable expansion.
Yes. And that's the key, right?
It's about shifting from a mindset of scarcity to a mindset of abundance.
It is. It is.
And I think that that's really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Because we're so conditioned to think
in terms of lack.
From the time we're little kids.
Right.
It's like there's not enough to go around.
There's not enough money. There's not enough love.
Enough time. Not enough resources.
There's not enough.
There's not enough.
And that's just not true.
Yeah.
There's an abundance of everything.
Right.
It's just about tapping into that frequency.
And believing it.
Yeah, believing it, knowing it,
Yeah.
and feeling it.
So as we become more aligned with our seconds, source energy manifestation becomes less about effort.
Exactly.
And more about allowing.
Allowing and receiving.
It's about trusting that the universe is conspiring.
Yes.
To support our highest good.
100%.
It's about surrendering to the flow.
Surrender.
Knowing that you're always supported.
You are always guided.
Always guided.
And you are always loved.
By the infinite intelligence of source energy.
Yes.
Okay, so for our listeners who are ready to start applying these principles,
right.
What's one key takeaway they can focus on right now?
Okay, so if you want to experience the magic of manifestation, start by cultivating the feeling of already having what you desire. So for example, let's say you want to attract a loving partner.
Okay.
Instead of focusing on the lack of a partner in your life, focus on the feeling of being loved, cherished, and supported.
So we can use visualization and imagination.
Absolutely.
To create those feelings within ourselves even before they manifest in our external reality.
Exactly, because energy is everything.
Yeah.
You know, energy creates matter.
Yeah.
So if you can create that energy within yourself, then it will manifest in your outer reality.
Okay, imagine what it would feel like to have that loving partner by your side.
Yes.
Feel the joy, the connection, the sense of belonging.
Yes, and I think that's so important because so many of us are looking for that sense of belonging outside of ourselves.
Yeah, in other people and places and things.
In other people and places and things.
And what you're saying is that
we can create it.
It comes from within.
It does. We have the power to create that feeling within ourselves.
And then it will be reflected back to us.
Exactly.
In our external world.
Yes.
Okay, so the more you cultivate those feelings, the more you align yourself with the vibration of that desire.
100%.
And the more likely you are to attract it into your life.
Yes, and that's the key.
So it's really about trusting that the universe
has our back.
Yeah. And that we are powerful creators of our own reality.
Yes, we are. We are. And, you know, it's not just about attracting romantic partners either. It's about attracting anything that we desire.
Okay.
Whether it's abundance, career success, health, you know, whatever it is that we're wanting to create in our lives. It's about cultivating that feeling of already having it.
And this has been such a fascinating exploration of source energy and its connection to manifestation.
Yeah.
We've learned so much today. We've learned that we are source energy.
Yes, we are.
That our emotions are these powerful tools for alignment.
Yes, they are the key.
And that by embodying the qualities of source energy, we can unlock our true creative potential.
Absolutely.
But remember, aligning with source energy isn't about achieving some final destination.
It's not.
It's about embracing
a journey,
a joyous, continuous journey.
A continuous journey, yes.
Of expansion and creation.
Yes.
What a beautiful thought to end on. So much gratitude for joining us on this deep dive into source energy. Until next time, keep expanding, keep creating, and keep aligning with the magnificent source energy that you are.
Bye, everyone.